Yes, welcome back to the South Australian Sports Show. Probably we're going to talk. He was a great harness racer. Great harness racing family.
Yeah,
He's given that away. Decided to go to footy.
The money was calling. The big
money at the Golden Grove Footy Club to take our patch. Of course, we talk about Paul Cavallari. Paul, thanks for your time, mate.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Now, take us through these lads here. Take us through these lads. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I brought a few of the boys in. We under 14 red division at Golden Grove, and we've got Michael Cavallari's my son. He goes,
obviously, mum's good looking.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely through to mum. Corey Durden, he's out at our club, but also Centrals. Michael's at Norwood, and Blake Hartwig, who is also in our group and has been out at Centrals as well.
Mate, it's a fairly new suburb, Golden Grove, really, in the scheme of things. The club itself's about 20 years old. You've been there 5 years. Have you seen it expand quickly over that time?
Well, I've coached there for 5 years. I've probably been around the club probably for 10.
Yep.
Certainly has expanded in that 10-year period. We're one of the biggest junior clubs going around now. I think we've got something like just over 500 kids. Wow. From sixes up to 16. So a lot of kids out there, a lot of talent, and a lot of great people involved with the club.
Mike, let's ask you first, man. How hard to play for your dad? A lot of players don't like playing for their dad. How do you find it?
Yeah, it's all right. He's sometimes a bit hard on me, but yeah, it's all right.
That's what you got to do, though. That's the way it is.
No favouritism.
Yeah. No favouritism down at Golden Grove, let me tell you.
Corey, for you, mate, what's the position on field for you?
Well, I'm captain, playing in the centre.
Yep.
And I've been playing 3 years now at Golden Grove. I was playing at Gazer since under sixes. So.
Yep.
But yeah, playing at Golden Grove, I've really learnt quite a lot, and it's just boosted, and I've become a better person. So. Yeah.
All right. And what about you, Blake? What's for you, mate?
One of the wingmen usually, but I occasionally play like half back or like back pocket. It'll be my 6th year at Golden Grove next year. I started a bit late, but.
Actually, I wouldn't mind starting from young Mike too, going across. Teams you support and players that you look up to and would like to be like.
Oh, I support the Adelaide Crows.
Good on you, yeah.
Yeah, and I've always looked up to Gary Ablett.
Okay.
Yeah, I just love how he plays and how he goes about it.
What about you, Corey?
I support North Melbourne. Dad's brought me up to support them, so I definitely look up to Brent Harvey. He's a go-getter.
Well, you probably look down to Brent Harvey, but
yeah.
he's a great player, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And ironic, I guess, given that you're in Adelaide. Were you at the game when he played his last game or not?
No, we were going to, but Dad and my little brother went to watch in Melbourne.
Okay,
game before, so yeah.
And what about yourself, Blake?
I support the Adelaide Crows. I've always looked up to Tyson Edwards and Rory Sloane because they've all my favourite number.
Okay,
the old number 9, yeah. Paul, what about you?
Oh, I'm a North Melbourne fan. I grew up in Victoria, and that was the first team I ever followed, and I've stuck thick all the way. But I think we're going to go through a little bit of a down period for the next few years, and hopefully they recruit well over the off-season.
It won't be long, 30 or 40 years, and you'll be back up there, I reckon.
Well, that's what I'm sort of thinking, but hopefully it's a bit quicker than that.
Paul, the transition for these kids now, under 14, runners up in the grand final, some go, some stay at that level. How difficult to rejig the group?
Look, we've got a pretty good program at Golden Grove. We have a grading system, and we've got 2 teams. So we've got a red division team and a white division team, and we go through a process of skills and all those sort of things in the pre-season. You get graded on certain aspects of what your skill level and all that sort of stuff, fitness, all those sort of things come into it, and they end up getting put into one team or the other.
Okay.
So it's a great way to I say the white division. That's your lower division, but those guys are that's there for learners, like for kids that are coming through that maybe started a little bit late and didn't quite have the skill of some of the other guys that have been there a long time. So. It's great for them. They get to learn everything. They play every line, and it's a great way to bring them through.
How do they feel about that? Is it the haves and have nots, or is it accepted amongst the kids?
Look, I'm not really sure. I think it depends on who you are, I suppose.
I get it.
Some think of it as, I'm in that team, and some think, I'd love to be in the Reds. But Look, it's all about development.
Yeah.
And if you push hard enough and you work hard enough, and you will eventually get there. So it's a matter of working hard.
You know what? I think too. I think it's a good thing, to be quite frank. I think we've become a little bit too precious in most sports and in general society. You know, we don't want to have scores because you don't want to lose. You don't award trophies because just in case you're not good enough. That really is doing my head in. So I actually. You guys get trophies and have tackle. That's good. Shoot, I forgot to think about that. But you know what I mean? I think it's an important part of their growth, not only as sportsmen, but just as young men growing up, to understand that it's not just all beer and Skittles as you get older.
Well, it's not. And you'll find out as you get older, even in general life, when you go for a job, you're not always going to be the guy that gets it. You've got to actually work hard for it. So, you know, I think I always say to the boys, hard work pays off. So if you're prepared to do the job and work hard, you'll get there.
Blake, I want to ask you touched on Tyson Edwards and Rory Sloane, both terrific players and terrific blokes. What do you, when you watch them play, what do you see that you want to put in your game?
I always like to look at where the players run. So I don't use up all my energy chasing the ball. I like to run to a certain spot. So then try and be a smart footballer instead of chasing the ball around everywhere.
Go to where the ball's going to be rather than where it is right now. Yeah, that's good thinking. I mean, and it's a skill that not many people spend time in thinking about the game, and you know that, Cav, too. It's hard enough to get them to practice their wrong side or their weaknesses. They love practicing the strengths, which is something you need to address.
Yeah, well, that's right. We're pretty big on that, on the skill level with the boys. Most of our boys in our team can kick both sides.
Yes.
It's something that we've been really pushing, and I know all the clubs, all the teams in our club do that. It's important, and it's a skill that has been lost. You look at a lot of AFL sides now, and you see guys that get caught out on their wrong side, and they can't hit a target. And it's, I think it's important, and most of these boys can do that. So we think we're on the right track with that.
So Corey, for you, a righty or a left footer?
Oh, I'm a right footer.
So if you had to break it up, would you spend X amount of time on your right foot, X amount on your left?
Yeah.
Is it 50-50, 60-40? What's your...
Yeah, about 60-40. I like to try and kick left when I need to.
Yeah.
Not necessarily if I'm in front of goals.
What about you, young fella? What about, you got weaknesses that you're working on?
Yeah, my left foot and probably my motor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be.
So you got your mum's looks, you're good looking, and you got your dad's motor. So I mean, you know, so you got.
He's in trouble.
Yeah, that's okay. It comes though. Hard work, as your old man said. You know, to work hard, it comes.
Yeah, boys, appreciate you coming
Well
in.
done.
Paul, terrific to see Golden Grove up and about, going pretty well. We need to get to a break. Stay with us. Still plenty to come.